To me, it's the ultimate mystery. What allowed them to be so successful for so long?
Dinosaurs are the planet's ultimate living creatures. They survived for over 165 million years. The key to that success are bodies well designed on the outside and precision engineered on the inside. Their advanced physiology comes down to one thing: adaptation, the result of both natural and sexual selection. Over more than 10 million generations, these giants continually improve, creating one better dinosaur after another.
Natural selection is eliminating those animals that are not smart enough to do the job they need to do, eliminating the clumsy, and favoring those that have the brain power to accomplish these complicated tasks.
Evolution means some species thrive, while others are driven to extinction. And in animals with such dangerous armaments, competition for survival can be deadly. Late spring, the Cretaceous period. Adolescence is a critical time. Dinosaurs are preparing to mate. Some will succeed, others will fail.
In Darwinian calculus, you can be the finest hunter in the land, and if you can't attract and hold on to a desirable mate with desirable genes, you're a loser.
A loser whose genes are about to reach the end of the line. Mating is serious business with significant repercussions.
A male looking at females, and a female looking at a male. What they're doing, without actually thinking it consciously, is evaluating the potential genes over there. Are your genes good ones? Well, your genes mixed with my genes make a really healthy, very competitive youngsters.
Clues that males are approaching sexual maturity abound. The crest on an adolescent Parasaurolophus is now fully developed. Triceratops' horns have grown from little stubs pointing backwards to lethal weapons pointing forward. And Tyrannosaurus Rex has staked claim to a territory of his own. Male soon-to-be adults fight for the chance to prove they've got the right stuff. Females choose carefully. Only the strongest, fittest, or smartest males will do. And when it comes to reproducing, something else is critical: timing.
Most big predators today breed only during a short interval in the year. Actually, most animals today breed only in a short interval, a couple days or a week or two. The outstanding exception being that peculiar predatory species, Homo sapiens.
For egg-laying animals, it's almost always in the late spring or summer. That way the eggs can be incubating during the summer, during the warmest part of the year, when the climate is the most amenable to the production of young.
To know when to mate, dinosaurs react to the change of seasons.
In the weeks leading up to the breeding season, there would be hormonal changes taking place in the body of the dinosaur that are triggered by passing time itself, by the length of the day, for example.
As winter recedes, the days get longer. Sensors in the back of the eyes respond to changing light, transmitting crucial information to the brain. A signal triggers the pituitary gland to release the hormone gonadotropin. These chemicals prepare their bodies to produce eggs or sperm. Raging hormones also trigger dramatic changes in behavior. Very different changes in males and females.
For the females, that means stockpiling resources to produce the offspring. For the males, that means figuring out how they're going to beat the other males at the game of reproduction itself.
They're more alert, they're more visual, they're being more aggressive, there are more fights. You're getting a whole cascade of social complexity, which would be really fun to watch.
With hormones racing through their veins, a carnivore's advanced killing tools become even more deadly. Between the ages of 15 and 18, the mortality rate for meat eaters like T-Rex increases fivefold. This is the age adolescent males begin to challenge older, more experienced males. Battles may start over a mate, but they can quickly devolve into a death match.
There's going to be some threshold, some test that the male has to pass to get the privilege of mating with the female, get the privilege of reproducing.
Fights break out over territory, bragging rights, and of course, to impress females. These clashes are shows of strength, meant to prove who has the best genes. Fortunately, most of the time, death to your opponent is not the goal.
It's all about getting your genes into the next generation.
Evolution tends to favor types of displays between members of the same species that are not necessarily lethal. That it becomes clear that the one who wins that match has something better than the other ones, a healthier pattern, a more vigorous display, hinting at a better internal condition, a more healthy condition.
One of the things that seems to be true in the animal kingdom today is that when animals have extreme structures, they do use them as display boards, as advertising boards, especially during the breeding season.
Weighing in at 6 tons, Triceratops are the street fighters of the Cretaceous. For this bruiser, the most powerful herbivore of all time, evolution means getting stronger, tougher, meaner. And those are exactly the traits females look for in males. Triceratops' bony frill forms a defensive shield. A strong one is a sign of strength and power, but maybe it advertises something else as well.
The frill might have evolved as a defensive measure against predators. It might have evolved as a species recognition character. But there's no reason why it couldn't have been taken advantage of in the evolutionary process as a sexual billboard.
Could a Triceratops frill, like a peacock's feathers, be a display of virility? One clue is that it changes color. The bone that forms this shield is riddled with a meshwork of arteries and veins. In times of stress or excitement, hormones are released into the bloodstream. Arteries in the neck widen, and blood rushes to the frill, turning it blood red. It's a ritualized drama with one single goal.
You're going to have to demonstrate to the females that they're the biggest and healthiest and perhaps smartest of the males, that they have earned the right to reproduce by proving themselves worthy.
Earning the right to reproduce means earning the right to impact the future of your species.
I suspect this whole dance had pretty much been choreographed through their lives, where they came in and then locked horns and started pushing.
When bull meets bull, there could be potentially a long and prolonged fight, not just snorting, and they did snort, and pawing the ground, but thrust and counter thrust.
Just kind of like an arm wrestle using their horns.
For males, with horns 4 feet long, 6 tons of muscle, and a shield made of solid bone, competing for a mate is risky business. But for a female, creating the next generation takes hard work and facing life or death choices. Failure can mean bringing youngsters into a brutal world. A world where they simply don't stand a chance. During the Cretaceous, dinosaurs evolved into the most physiologically advanced creatures in Earth's history. A sauroposeidon can reach 60 feet tall, towering over its surroundings. Quetzalcoatlus is a flying reptile as large as a giraffe. And Tyrannosaurus rex is the most powerful carnivore to ever stalk the planet. All these traits are the result of evolution. Adaptation over millions of generations. But evolution is harsh and ruthless, especially for males. One by one, natural selection and sexual selection leave the weak and the timid behind.
Most of the males are probably not going to be reproducing. So if you're a male, the problem is making it into that small percentage that are actually going to be sending their genes to the next generation.
Evolution doesn't like losers. It only works when the best genes are passed on to the next generation. It's the law of the jungle, and the spoils go to the victor.
The Darwinian calculus is this: if there's a large group of females there that you can control as one male, then you're going to risk fighting another male. The payoff is so big. If you win 20, 30, 40 cows, that's big.
The payoff may be huge for the lucky male, but fatal accidents can and do happen. Trying to rule the pack can end badly, very badly, for a young buck. Females have their own concerns. They must prepare to bring a new generation into the world, a new generation that needs to be a little bit better than the last. Fossil records show that dinosaurs needed to prepare for mating early in life.
One of the things we're finding in common for all dinosaurs is that they started reproducing when they were still growing. And this tells us that life was cheap in the age of dinosaurs.
These dinosaurs may be young, but they've got plenty of work to do. They must ensure that they are in good health, well fed, and have plenty of nourishment for their unfertilized eggs.
As these big dinosaurs are growing up, there comes a point where they have to start putting some of the resources not just into growth anymore, but into reproduction.
Whether a carnivore or an herbivore, calories are key. To be a successful mother, females need plenty of nutrients. That means high-calorie young leaves and shoots. Or if you're a carnivore, more red meat. Without it, no eggs.
Females have to be stockpiling resources, big time. Lots of protein, lots of fats, lots of calcium. All those materials have to be stored in the body so that they're available instantly to start producing the eggs as soon as the animal's mated.
Hormones in females stimulate the liver to send yolk to the ovaries. When her eggs are fertilized, the yolk will provide enough nutrition to keep a growing dinosaur embryo alive for as long as 3 months. A dinosaur mother-to-be also needs calcium for eggshells.
The dinosaur eggshell is composed of calcium carbonate. Just like bird eggshells today, like some crocodilian eggs, have this hard calcium carbonate eggshell. And that eggshell protects the developing embryo.
A single female sauroposeidon produces 300 to 500 eggs each season. That takes a lot of calcium, a mineral in short supply in the plants of the Cretaceous.